We've all heard the doctrine that Christ could return at any time. Pastors say, Christ could return at any time, no man knows the day or the hour, and he shall come like a thief in the night. That sort of thing. It's called the doctrine of the imminent return of Christ. But is it actually true? Is it biblical? I can tell you one thing for sure. You'll find it in the Roman Catholic Catechism, and we're going to look at that in a minute. The idea of the imminent return of Christ is that Christ could have returned any time after his ascension. That's what they teach. But that's simply not true. Jesus made prophecies that had to be fulfilled, such as the prophecy that Peter would die an old man. Now, if Jesus had come back before Peter died, that would have made Jesus a false prophet. Jesus predicted the destruction of the temple, and Paul said there'd be a falling away, and he said that the man of sin would be revealed before Christ returned. So the doctrine of the imminent return of Christ is false. Yet, as I mentioned, you will find it in the Catholic Catechism. Now, I've covered this in my book, The Leavening, 4 Reasons Your Church is Headed for Rome. And I cover the 4 major doctrinal errors that are leavening the churches today. And the imminent return of Christ is part of one of the doctrines that's leading the churches into deception. Let's have a look in the Catholic Catechism at the imminent return of Christ doctrine. Here we have the Catholic Catechism, the 2nd edition, promulgated by John Paul II. Turning to page 176, I'll read from item 673. The title is The Glorious Advent of Christ, the Hope of Israel. Item 673. Quote, Since the Ascension, Christ's coming in glory has been imminent. Even though it is not for you to know times or seasons, which the Father has fixed by his own authority. This eschatological coming could be accomplished at any moment. Isn't this the doctrine that you've heard from pretty well every Protestant, Baptist, evangelical church in America? Jesus could return at any moment. It's not in the Bible, but it's in the Roman Catholic Catechism, and it's coming off every pulpit in America today. Why am I telling you this? People don't understand how much Romanism has crept into the churches today. They have no idea. They're oblivious to the Roman Catholic Catechism. They're oblivious to the history of the church. They are oblivious to the Reformers' doctrines. They are oblivious to the early church doctrines. And subsequently, very misinformed about what the Bible actually teaches. So when you hear a pastor teaching the imminent return of Christ, know that that doesn't come from the Bible. It's a Roman Catholic doctrine enshrined in Catechism of the Catholic Church, page 176, item 673. Let me read it again. Since the Ascension, Christ's coming in glory has been imminent. The doctrine of the imminent return of Christ. It's a Roman Catholic doctrine, not biblical. Thanks for listening.